So, have you ever thought about this? Imagine you are treating a 7-year-old child in the dental care. Suddenly, the child becomes pale, closes his eyes, and fall unconscious. So, what will you do first? So, will you continue the treatment? Will you give medicine, or will you call for the help? So, if you don't know the correct answer, then don't worry. In today's video, we will learn the most common medical emergency in children that every BDS student must know for exam, Viva, and clinical practice. So, by the end of this video, you will know why this emergency happened, their sign and symptom, their management, and easy example to remember everything. So let's start. Okay, so the first and the most common emergency in children is syncope. It is also called the vasovagal fainting. So what is syncope? So here syncope means it is a temporary loss of consciousness because the brain does not receive enough blood for a short time. So in children, it usually happens due to the fear, anxiety, or the pain. That is the during injection or the extraction. So for example, like suppose an 8-year-old child is very scared before receiving a local anesthetic injection. Suddenly the child say, "Doctor, I feel dizzy." So within a few seconds, the child become unconscious. So this is a typical example of the syncope. So can fear alone make a child faint? The answer is yes, because here the anxiety can trigger syncope even before the treatment starts. Now we will see the sign and the symptoms. So remember these 5 points. That is a pale face, dizziness, slow pulse, sweating, and unconscious. Okay, now we will see the management. So remember this. First, we have to place the child in a supine position with a leg elevated. Then we have to maintain the airway and loosen the tight clothing. Use ammonium inhalate under the nose if needed. Then give oxygen and reassure the child to recovery. Then after, we have to record the vital signs. So this is the management of the syncope. Okay, now second one is asthma attack. So now let's move to the second emergency. So what if the child start breathing very fast and say, "I can't breathe"? So what should you do? That is the asthma attack. So here, what is asthma? So it is a disease in which the airway becomes narrow due to the muscle spasms and inflammation. It is common in children with a history of asthma or during the anxiety. So for example, like a 10-year-old child comes for the tooth restoration. During the treatment, the child suddenly develops wheezing, shortness of the breath, and difficult speaking. So this is an asthma attack. So should you continue the dental treatment? Absolutely not. The first step is always to stop the treatment. So now we will see the sign, which is look for like difficulty in breathing, wheezing sound, chest tightness, and anxiety. Okay. Now you look at this child which is sitting upright with an inhaler. So here, why is the child is not lying down? Because sitting upright helps the lung expand better and makes the breathing easier. So here the inhaler show is a salbutamol inhaler which quickly open the narrow airway. Okay. So now we will see the management of the asthma attack. So first we have to do the stop the dental procedure. Then sit the child upright. Give a short-acting bronchodilator inhaler, that is the salbutamol. Give oxygen, and if the attack is severe or the child does not improve, then call emergency medical service immediately. Okay, so this is the asthma attack treatment. Okay, now let's move to the another important emergency. So here, question for you. A child received local anesthesia and within a few minutes, the child developed skin rashes, itching, and swelling. So what could be the reason? Yes, this could be an allergic reaction. So what is an allergic reaction? So here, an allergic reaction is a body immune response to the substance that is considered harmful. So in a dental clinic, so it may occur due to the local anesthesia, latex gloves, and it can be due to medication. So now for example, like imagine a 6-year-old child receive a local anesthetic injection. After a few minutes, red rashes appear on the skin and the child starts scratching because of the itching. So this is a mild allergic reaction. But if the child suddenly develops difficulty in breathing and severe swelling, it becomes anaphylaxis, which is a life-threatening emergency. Okay. So now we will see the signs and symptoms. So here the mild allergic reaction include like itching, skin rash, and urticaria. And in severe anaphylaxis, it include the difficulty breathing, swelling of the lips or the tongue, fall in blood pressure, and the unconsciousness. Okay. So now look at the diagram. Here the red raised patches on the skin are called the urticaria or hypes. So these appear because histamine are released during an allergic reaction. And if you notice swelling around the lips or the tongue, it is a warning sign of the anaphylaxis and require the immediate treatment. So first, now we see the management. So it include like first we have to do like stop the dental procedure and then give the antihistamines such as like diphenhydramine oral or it can be intramuscular. Okay. And in severe anaphylaxis, give epinephrine, that is 0.01 milligram per kg intramuscularly, and it can be maximum dose will be 0.3 to 0.5 milligram. And also maintain the airway and give oxygen. Antihistamine and corticosteroid as per protocol may be given, and then transfer the patient for the emergency care. Okay, so this is all about the allergic reaction. Okay, now next one is seizure. So here, question for you. If a child suddenly starts shaking uncontrollably during a dental treatment, should you hold the child tightly? Think about it. The answer is no. So what is a seizure? So a seizure is an episode of abnormal electrical activity in the brain. It may occur in the child with an epilepsy. So it can occur in the epileptic children and also during the febrile seizure, which is associated with a fever. Okay. So for example, like a 9-year-old child with an epilepsy is undergoing the dental treatment. Suddenly the child loses consciousness and become having the jerky movements of the arm and the legs. So this is a seizure. Okay, now we see the sign and the symptoms. So remember these signs, that is a sudden toning and the clonic movement, loss of consciousness and the floating from the mouth. So notice that the child is placed in the lateral recovery position after the seizure. So this position helps keep the airway open and reduce the risk of aspiration if the child vomits. Okay. Now let's move to the management. So follow these steps exactly. So step 1, that is do not restrain the child. Step 2, that is remove all the dental instrument from the mouth. Third one is that is protect the child from the injury by clearing the surrounding. Now the next step is like after the seizure stop, turn the child into the lateral position. Now if the seizure lasts more than 5 minutes, that administer diazepam IV you can give, or you can give rectal, or call the emergency service. Okay. So here what is the biggest mistake? Here the biggest mistake is trying to force something into the child mouth. So never do that. Okay. Okay, now let's discuss the another emergency that is frequently asked in university exam. So here a diabetic child comes to the clinic without eating breakfast. During the treatment, the child becomes sweaty, confused and weak. So what has happened? The answer is hypoglycemia. So here what is hypoglycemia? So hypoglycemia means the blood sugar level becomes too low. So for example, like a diabetic child skip breakfast before the dental treatment and halfway through the procedure, the child become irritable, start sweating and feel faint. So this is a classic example of the hypoglycemia. Okay, now let's see the signs and the symptoms. So you have to remember like sweating, tremor, confusion, irritability and fainting. Okay, so here management is, if the child is conscious, then you have to give the oral glucose such as like juice or the candy. And if the child is unconscious, then place the child in supine position, administer glucagon, IM or IV glucose in a hospital setting, and then monitor the vital sign. Okay. So these are all the symptoms of the hypoglycemia, that is a sleepiness, sweating, pallor, lack of coordination, irritability and hunger. Okay. Okay, now let's move to the 6th medical emergency. So question for you. A child is about to receive a local anesthetic injection. Suddenly the child starts breathing very fast and say, "Doctor, I can't control my breathing." So is this asthma? Not always, it can be hyperventilation. So what is hyperventilation? Hyperventilation means breathing much faster and deeper than the normal. Okay. So according to this, it is more common in anxious children, especially during the local anesthetic injection. So, for example, like imagine a 7-year-old child is extremely scared after getting the syringe. Before the injection is even given, the child starts breathing rapidly and feel dizzy. So, this is a typical example of the hyperventilation. Okay, now let's move to the sign and the symptoms. So, remember these signs. That is a rapid breathing, lightheadedness, numbness in the finger and the nails. Here, this picture shows that the child is very anxious. So it can lead into the hyperventilation. So now we will see the management. So first is the stop the dental treatment. Calm and reassure the child. Encourage slow and controlled breathing. And ask the child to breathe into the cup hand or the paper bag if appropriate. Okay. Okay, now let's discuss one of the most important dangerous emergency in pediatric dentistry, that is the airway obstruction. So, question for you, during a treatment, a small dental instrument slip into the child mouth. The child suddenly starts choking, and what should you do first? Okay, that is an airway obstruction. So, what is an airway obstruction? So, here the airway obstruction happens when an object blocks the airway. So it may occur due to the inhalation of the dental material, or you can say like broken instrument. So for example, like while placing a crown, a small screw accidentally slip into the child throat. The child immediately start coughing and choking. So this is the airway obstruction. Now we will see the sign and the symptoms. Then you have to look for the coughing, choking and cyanosis. That is a bluish discoloration of the lips. Okay, so here this picture show that is something is obstructing. So here the child will choking. So how we will management then? So we will management by encouraging the coughing if child is conscious. And if there is complete obstruction, then perform the Heimlich maneuver, that is the abdominal thrust. And if the child become unconscious, then we have to open the airway, start the CPR and call the emergency service. And if aspiration is suspected, then refer the child to the hospital for the bronchoscopy. Okay. Okay, now let's study the last emergency, that is the local anesthetic toxicity. So can local anesthesia itself become dangerous? Yes, if an overdose is given or if it is accidentally injected into the blood vessel. So what is local anesthetic toxicity? So it occurs due to the overdose or the intravascular injection. Okay. So, for example, like while giving the local anesthesia, the needle accidentally enter a blood vessel. Within the minutes, the child become dizzy and develop the seizure. So, this is the local anesthetic toxicity. Okay. Now, we will see sign and the symptom. Then you have to remember like dizziness, confusion, seizure and the bradycardia. That is a slow heart rate. So, we see the management. So, first we have to stop the injection immediately. Ensure the airway is open and give oxygen supply. Maintain the seizure with a diazepam if needed. Monitor the vital sign and then arrange the emergency hospitalization. Okay. Okay, now every pediatric dental clinic should be prepared for the emergency. So what should the emergency kit contain? So it should include the epinephrine, diphenhydramine, salbutamol inhaler, glucose tablet, diazepam, nitroglycerin for the older children. Okay. So this is all about the emergency kit in the pediatric dental child. So here the epinephrine, it is used for the anaphylaxis. Diphenhydramine, it is used for the antihistamine to treat the allergic reaction. Salbutamol inhaler, which is used for the bronchospasm, that is a asthma attack. And glucose tablet, which is used to treat the hypoglycemia. Diazepam, that is used to control the seizure and the severe anxiety. And the last one is nitroglycerin, which is used for the angina chest pain in older children. So this is the emergency kit you have to have in pediatric dental clinic. Okay. Now we see the equipment which is necessary. Equipment in emergency kit for the pediatric dental clinic. So what are the equipment we need? So first one is oxygen cylinder and a mask, ambu bag, BP apparatus and stethoscope, pulse oximeter, suction apparatus and the airway adjunct. Okay. So that is all about the common medical emergency in children. If this video helped you understand the topic in an easy way, then please like, share and subscribe to Exam People Dentistry. Comment below which pediatric dentistry topic should I explain next. Thank you for the watching. I will see you in the next video. Until then, keep learning and keep smiling.